This video is brought to you by MOVİE. Get a whole month free at movie.com/docinema.
Academy Award nominated actor, you know, for Gladiator, and signed. Here's Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. He is one of the greatest actors living today, but also one of the most misunderstood.
Think what you think about me. Hate me or like me, just don't misunderstand me.
He is famous for playing dark and unconventional characters, most notably his Oscar-winning role as the Joker, the Gladiator, and recently Napoleon. But behind the cameras, he is very mysterious and not a fan of interviews, making it difficult to tell when he is joking or being serious.
Okay, I don't have to
No,
do that.
just relax.
I'm making fun of it, but it was pretty serious for me.
He has been acting ever since he was young and so deeply embodies his characters that it's sometimes hard to get a grasp on who he really is. This is the turbulent life of Joaquin Phoenix, and an attempt to understand the man behind the many faces.
Joaquin Phoenix
announced that he was retiring from acting.
Born in 1974 on the island of Puerto Rico, Joaquin Raphael Bottom had quite an unusual childhood. He had a different name and was raised in a nomadic lifestyle of hippies and free spirits by his parents Arlen and John Bottom, who met each other while hitchhiking. He had 3 sisters, Rain, Liberty, and Summer, and one older brother named River, who later became a famous actor as well, playing in Stand By Me, My Own Private Idaho, and Indiana Jones. Joaquin's family was part of a religious community known as the Children of God. For the first few years, it appeared to be relatively innocent. It promoted a blend of Christian teachings, communal living, and his parents encouraged self-expression, making it second nature for Joaquin to start acting. But in 1976, controversy began. The community gained notoriety for its cult-like behavior, and in the following years, Children of God descended into darkness and perversion, for which it became infamous. Joaquin told CBS News, "I think my parents thought they found a community that shared their ideals, but I think the moment my parents realized there was something more to it, they got out." His mother told Esquire magazine in 1994, "They are disgusting, they are ruining people's lives." After the family left the cult in 1978, they fled on a fishing boat to the United States in order to start a new life, and decided to change their family name from Bottom to Phoenix as a symbol of their new beginnings. They were virtually homeless when they moved to LA, and the children would perform on the streets of Los Angeles to earn extra money, and took part in talent contests which eventually gained the attention of local media. Singing and dancing later became a recurring motif in Joaquin's most famous works, and so an actor was born. In the following years, Joaquin appeared in various TV shows under the name Lee Phoenix, as he also changed his name.
How about if I tell you a story?
He made a guest appearance together with his brother, which led to other small roles.
My memory is that it felt like my entire body was buzzing. There was a certain kind of power that, right? I was in a room full of adults, and I felt that I had affected them. Like I had changed how they were feeling.
Well, you punched one of them.
Well,
She changed how she was feeling.
It wasn't real.
Your daddy's very sick right now. My daddy's not sick! Don't say that about him! Don't say that about him!
And through my brother and his understanding and appreciation of that kind of acting, I think it just awakened something in me, and I suddenly could see it.
As a teenager, Joaquin became surprisingly picky about the roles he took and didn't act much. His brother, River Phoenix, had become a household name and at 18 was nominated for an Oscar. But in 1993, it all ended.
River Phoenix died of a drug overdose outside this Hollywood club. Joaquin and Rain Phoenix were with him.
Hey, what's the address, sir? Do you know?
What's the address of the f***ing club?
Hey, sir? Sir, calm down a little bit, okay?
I'm sorry, it's my brother. Please come here.
How old is he?
He's 23.
Calm down, okay? If you can't calm down, give the phone to somebody else.
No, there's no one else around.
Joaquin was just 19 at the time, and after the death of his brother, he disappeared from the spotlights. The family retreated to Costa Rica to escape the media, as the tragedy became a never-ending stream of myth and conspiracy.
During that time in which you're most vulnerable, there are helicopters flying over, there are people that are trying to sneak onto your land. Certainly, for me, it felt like it impeded on the mourning process.
Joaquin stopped acting for 2 years, but then he came back. Up until this time, he appeared in every movie as Lee Phoenix, but now he is embracing himself, the scar above his upper lip adding a sense of menace. There was something raw about his talent. He wasn't there to replace his brother. Joaquin's beauty was darker, and he had something vulnerable about him. He was back on the world's radar as an actor to keep an eye out for.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
In the year 2000, Phoenix played his most important role thus far in The Gladiator, directed by Ridley Scott, who recently teamed up for another historical epic, Napoleon. In The Gladiator, Joaquin plays the evil son of a Roman emperor. But instead of becoming a cartoonish villain, he created a multi-layered character study. This was the start of a forever method actor, completely embodying his roles. Phoenix even became his character off camera, carrying his sword around on set and even keeping one in his hotel room. But he wasn't the easiest to work with. He refused to wear all the leather elements of his costumes and demanded them to be replaced because he had been a vegan his whole life. He also struggled a lot with anxiety because it was the first time on such a large-scale project. Ridley Scott ran through hours of takes without filming the camera just to get him to calm down. But this gave Joaquin the chance to enhance each take with his improvisation.
Am I not merciful?
Am I not merciful?
We all know how fine an actor he is now. But back then, it was only Ridley Scott that knew how fine an actor he was. He was the one convincing Joaquin to do this and to do it the way he did it, you know? The subtleties and the menace and all of these things that he brought to that role. When I first saw it, I was blown away by it.
You would fight me. Why not? Do you think I'm afraid?
I think you've been afraid all your life.
When Gladiator was released, it became a massive hit, and Joaquin received his first ever nomination for Best Supporting Actor, but didn't win it. Russell Crowe, however, won Best Actor and thanked Joaquin.
Russell Crowe.
An incredible cast: Joaquin Phoenix, Connie Nielsen.
Gladiator launched Phoenix's career to new heights, and he later became synonymous with the art of method acting, known for his commitment and immersion into roles, often pushing himself to extreme lengths to achieve authenticity, such as for the Joker.
This guy's got inhuman discipline. I think Todd Phillips said something like, I think the character should be kind of skinny. Just kind of said it, you know, casually, like I think. And Joaquin, I think, showed up at 124 pounds. They go, let's give you a nutritionist and everything else. And he said, no, it's okay. He just ate an apple and smoked cigarettes.
He dives deep into the psyche of his characters, extensively researching their backgrounds, altering his physical appearance, and adopting their mannerisms. His performances are often improvised, and for the master, Phoenix went so far as to put brackets and rubber bands on his teeth so his jaw stayed shut, creating this menacing smile. Joaquin has been typecast for many dark and mysterious characters, because the truth is, he's just too good at playing outsiders and introverts. Screenwriter Doug Wright once said, Phoenix is someone who could slide by you in the hallway, but aim a lens at him and he becomes 30 feet tall.
How do you do it?
It's basically just allowing those barriers that I have for myself to break, to let them down, and to just be as raw as possible and let the emotions and the fear and the regret and the pain of this character really come through.
But committing this much to a role eventually took its toll.
You never played guitar or sang before this?
Had you ever sung before?
It was completely foreign to me. When I held the guitar the first time, I didn't know what to make of it.
Joaquin Phoenix rocked it.
In 2005, Joaquin won the Golden Globe for portraying the turbulent life of country star Johnny Cash in Walk the Line.
Thank you very much. Who'd ever thought that I'd win in the comedy or musical category? Not expected.
By portraying Johnny Cash, Phoenix was so committed to the role that he not only replicated Cash's musical achievements, but also his addictions. During production, he started drinking for comfort, and many suspected that Phoenix was experiencing a form of therapy because Cash had also lost his brother at a young age. During this scene, he tears the sink out of the wall, which wasn't scripted. Director James Mangold said that Phoenix had completely embodied his character. I could film Joaquin from the back, and without seeing his face, you would be able to tell what he was feeling. He never impersonated Johnny Cash, he became him. This movie earned Joaquin his second nomination for an Oscar, but again, didn't win.
Philip Seymour Hoffman in Capote.
Phoenix felt a certain emptiness after wrapping the movie. It was really hard for me to leave the movie. I was angry, hurt, and felt abandoned. I didn't know what to do. To play Cash, I had learned a whole new way of functioning in the world, and suddenly, I couldn't rely on that anymore. He later made the decision to check himself into rehab and called The Network the best thing I ever did. But his extreme method acting made him abandon his personal life and his own personality. One producer even said, he's better at being a character than being himself.
Joaquin is just kind of an enigma. It's hard to understand him even when he's like sort of normal. Just a very eccentric guy. You know, you never really know what he's up to.
Joaquin Phoenix announced his retirement from acting.
That he was retiring from acting.
From Hollywood stars, of course, is to get married.
This will be my last performance as an actor. I'm not doing films anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
In 2008, Joaquin's career took an odd direction that caught many people off guard. Media outlets picked up on the news that Joaquin stopped acting to become a rapper. He had grown a beard, gained weight, and there were plenty of parodies of his new image. Even at the Oscars, where Phoenix wasn't invited.
You're chewing gum at the Oscars.
Joaquin had burned all bridges with the media, and after his appearance on the David Letterman show, people thought he had lost his mind.
We're having fun.
That's
We're
fine?
having fun. Just relax, seriously. I'll come to your house and chew gum.
Okay, I don't have to
No,
chew gum,
just
dude.
relax.
I won't do the gum.
But what people didn't know is that it was all one big joke. He teamed up with his friend and brother-in-law Casey Affleck to make a mockumentary film titled I'm Still Here, where Phoenix plays a parody of himself acting like a star in crisis.
I don't want to play the character of Joaquin anymore. I'm just stuck in this ridiculous, like, self-imposed prison of characterization, you know? It happened to me young.
Phoenix has been known for keeping his personal life away from the media, and throughout his career has often been shy in interviews and even got ridiculed for it.
Troubled times?
Excuse me?
Kidding. What did you learn about yourself and your voice?
Absolutely nothing.
Yep. Came out cold. These things happen.
They do.
I'm Still Here was a payback to the media by turning his unpredictable and private persona into a caricature. He stayed in character everywhere he went for an entire year, taking method acting to a whole new level. But even though it was a joke about ending his career, it almost cost him his career. When he appeared on the David Letterman show, it was more like a public humiliation, and embracing a different life didn't do his personal relations any good either. But no matter what happened, he stuck with it, which demonstrates Joaquin's unmatched devotion to his craft. And it's in those moments that real recognizes real.
And I gotta tell you, I went to one of his concerts in Miami.
I remember you were there. Thank you so much.
Phoenix was aware the movie might fail, but as he states, it was an amazing experience. Not hitting your mark, not memorizing lines, it allowed me to be bold in my decisions, instead of being safe.
Now for the first time, I'm doing something that is, whether you like it or not, it really represents me.
And Joaquin, I'm sorry you couldn't be here tonight.
One small thing. Yeah. When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
What's wrong with your real name?
That's what you called me on the show. A Joker. Do you remember?
People often divide Joaquin's career into pre and post I'm Still Here, because what came after it was a period of Joaquin showing the world the expansion of his acting range. In the movie Her, we get to see a very intimate and emotional performance, and in The Master, we see his innocence morph into possessed rage.
I told her I'd come back, and I never went back, and now I gotta get back to her. Why don't you go back? I don't know. I don't know!
2 years later, his co-star passed away, losing another close friend to an overdose.
Tragic death of actor Philip Seymour Hoffman, or what they believe was a heroin overdose.
This movie got Joaquin his third Oscar nomination, but again, didn't win. In the years that followed, he portrayed a whole range of characters, experimenting with the absurd, acting with limited body movements, and playing Jesus with his girlfriend, Rooney Mara. And finally receiving praise at the Cannes Film Festival. But even after portraying so many faces, Joaquin says he still suffers from anxiety.
Do you get nervous?
Yes, petrified. There's so many things that I want to express. I guess I'm just nervous that I'm not going to be able to find the right kind of space to express that. It's not a big deal, it's not a big deal. Yeah, it kind of is. Just singer, actor, dancer, fashion icon, how is that a insult.
But when he does get the space to do so, Joaquin will give each scene a new interpretation, providing enough improvisation to make a trillion different versions of the film. During one scene, he began improvising a dance in a room with just the cameraman and the director, while a crew of 250 people waited outside.
And for some reason, it encapsulated for me like Joker trying to kind of come out, trying to emerge.
You know the bus scene where he can't stop laughing?
Mm-hmm.
I saw them shooting that when I got to set. I swear to God, I saw him walking and I knew he was going to win an Oscar. It was that good. And I looked at Todd and I go, holy shit. He goes, you have no idea, dude.
And the Oscar goes to Joaquin Phoenix, Joker. This is the first Oscar and fourth nomination for Joaquin Phoenix.
God, I'm full of so much gratitude right now. And I do not feel elevated above any of my fellow nominees or anyone in this room because we share the same love, the love of film, and this form of expression has given me the most extraordinary life. I don't know what I'd be without it.
It's that blurring line between reality and performance art that makes Phoenix such a great actor. He is a person who is unafraid to reveal his emotions and who dives deep into the complexities of the human experience. Somebody who values authenticity and one who is committed to making a positive impact on the world. That is the real Joaquin Phoenix.
I've been selfish, I've been cruel at times, hard to work with, and ungrateful, but so many of you in this room have given me a second chance. And I think that's when we're at our best, when we support each other, not when we cancel each other out for past mistakes, but when we help each other to grow, when we educate each other, when we guide each other towards redemption. That is the best of humanity. When he was 17, my brother wrote this lyric. He said, "Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow." Thank you.
I'll see you. Not if I see you first.
Joaquin's career is far from being over. With Napoleon and Joker Part 2 on the horizon, there's not much that can stop this man from achieving greatness. In 2019, he also got engaged to Rooney Mara, and a year later welcomed his son into the world. They gave him the name River Phoenix. If you want to watch some Joaquin Phoenix movies, I got you, because Her, We Own the Night, You Were Never Really Here, and The Immigrant are currently streaming on MOVİE. Not only in my country, the Netherlands, but in many other countries. MOVİE is a curated streaming service dedicated to elevating great cinema, a place to discover ambitious new films and singular voices, from iconic directors to emerging auteurs. And the best thing is that they are all carefully handpicked by MOVİE curators, streaming anytime, anywhere.
We work anytime, anywhere. We work Jewish holidays? Anytime, anywhere.
You can try MOVİE free for 30 days at movie.com/docinema. That's MUBI.com/docinema for an entire month of great cinema for free.